Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Holding Court with the Empress West Hollywood. My name's Enoch Miller, your Empress of WeHo, and we're so excited to have you with us today. As you can see, we're a little bit more home-based right now, so we're going to be getting started here very soon. I want to do a special thank you to GayLifeLA.com for everything they do to help producing the show. We're going to be getting on here very soon, but if any of you guys have any other questions on wanting to know what goes on here in West Hollywood and Los Angeles area, go to GayLifeLA.com as well to check out all the amazing things. So I'm going to be bringing on my guest here in just 1 second on Mekahel, so give me one brief moment while I bring him on with me. He's going to be coming in live from New York City. It is Saturday. No, it's not. It's actually Wednesday. One moment, please, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for me and welcoming Mr. Mekahel.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Great.
Oh, I'm gonna just do this real quick. Fix it. There it is. Ta-da.
Perfect.
Okay. Now I can hear you as well. I keep forgetting I put my speaker in, and I'm so used to that, like having my speaker. So, thank you so much for joining us live from New York. It is Mekahel. So,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. And how is it right now there in lovely New York City? Is it cold as hell or is
Freezing?
freezing?
It's awful.
And it's so funny too because it's raining here. I wanted to do a little. Yeah, it's raining cats and balls. It's so disgusting. We do not get cold weather very often, so we're still.
I know. That's why I'm moving to LA. But if it's raining, so I don't know anything about it.
Don't worry. You only have to worry about this 3 months out of the year because usually it's very beautiful and sunny. And so I'm getting my extra gay on with absolutely fabulous right behind me.
I love it.
Inspired by fashion and design and everything that you are getting all into. So let's start a little bit about what kind of background you're from and kind of really get to go a little bit more about you individually and kind of where you came from. You're originally from Israel. Tell us a little bit about growing up in Israel and where kind of where you first started out at.
So I grew up in Israel. It's like a 10-minute drive from Tel Aviv. It's the center. Everybody knows what Tel Aviv is.
Right.
So it's like a little city, literally 10 minutes drive from there. Yeah, I moved to New York when I was 20. So I grew up there, did everything, high school, army, and then I moved here to be a student for acting.
Okay, and you moved here to do Lee Strasberg, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so but let's go a little bit before Strasberg because that was roughly around when you were like just coming out of like high school and everything going into that. So you're probably what, like 17, 18, right around that time?
No, so I was 17, 18 when I finished the high school, and then I went to the army in Israel.
Oh, that's right, because that's mandatory, correct? For everyone. Okay. So you did.
So I did 2 years.
2 years, okay.
And then I moved.
Then you moved to New York.
That was like.
So you were actually doing modeling way before. For all of this, you started roughly around 14. Your modeling career. What was that like being such at a young age in this industry? Because it is a very, first of all, competitive, very intense industry. What was that like for you initially getting into modeling and everything with that at such an early age?
So I always wanted, it was something that I wanted to do, not my parents pushing me. I started wanting to be an actor, but then I just got jobs in modeling. So I did like a lot, mostly underwear, because I had like great abs since I'm really young. I mean, I'm thankful for it. This is my this is my money maker.
If you want to see his amazing abs, you can go to I am on Mekahel and see some great, amazing ab shots on there. But so for you getting involved with that, what was one of the first gigs you got working in the modeling industry?
So I did a lot of brands back home in Israel, like Israeli companies, like fashion companies, and then I did the major campaigns like Coca-Cola back home, and then I got the Abercrombie campaign here. So I flew when I was 17. I flew here to shoot the Abercrombie, and then it all started. Like I wanted to move to America. I said, once I'm finished the army, I'm moving and I'm getting my I mean,
Yeah.
starting
So
big.
did you have to
And
come over on a tourist visa or was it a work visa?
so I didn't have a work visa, but
Okay.
thankful to my modeling career, I got the artist visa right
Oh,
after.
awesome.
Like, yeah. So I wasn't like from this regular acting students that like struggling and needs to like they can't work, they're on
Right.
visa. I had my visa, so I'm thankful for modeling, even though it's not, I'm short, I can't do major modeling, but I'm thankful for what I did, and it got me to where I am now.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so, what was it like for your first when you first came? Like you saying, the Abercrombie models kind of what brought you over to America for the first time. What was that first experience like for you coming over to the U.S. From Israel? Was it a big culture shock, or did you kind of have a little bit of an understanding about American culture when you came over here to visit?
um I visited America a lot before as
Okay,
like just family trips, so
gotcha.
I knew what it is, but I was super young. So when I came to do the Abercrombie and like to start everything else, then I kind of like I was on my own trying to like in the big city, not just like with mom and
Survive
dad.
New York City,
Yeah,
which is always a struggle for
exactly.
sure. So I mean, and you've done some other, I mean, amazing brands besides Abercrombie. You've done, I mean, you've done Adidas, you've done, I mean Nike and H&M, Gap, Puma. I mean, you've done some really amazing industries. And so for you, what was one of your favorite things that you really liked about the modeling industry, and what you really appreciated from what you learned from it?
Um, well, I learned a lot because like you're learning about life in
Okay.
modeling, because like everybody thinks that it's easy, you're just standing in front of camera and this is it, but it's like it's a lifestyle. You need to eat well, train like 5, 6, 7 times a week, like
Wow.
run to 10 auditions, like 10 auditions a day, and like and so many people saying no to you, and
Yeah.
you learning how to accept that, like the no.
Yeah.
And also like to be on set, even if it's modeling or if it's acting and you need to be on set 12 hours a day or 14 hours a day. I don't think that any other job like making you do that.
Yeah.
You're going to your office 9 to 5, so it's a hard work, and I appreciate models so much, like big models doing it, like
Yeah.
big things, Naomi, or like other top models. Like it's a hard work,
Yeah.
and I learned about myself, and I learned about life, I believe.
What would you say was one of the more difficult things you had to learn in order to kind of make yourself a better model once you were kind of starting out in the industry?
Wait, what?
What was one of the more difficult things you had to learn in order to make yourself a better model?
Um, First of all, I started to do social media like about 5 years ago. So I
Okay.
found out that this is the key to
Okay.
success in our generation right now. So I'm leaving my social media, even though it's hard and uncomfortable and it's getting into your personal life.
Right.
I mean, this is what important. And I learned about myself that I'm much stronger than what everybody else thinks.
Right, right. Well, and it's true, and especially with, I mean, especially being in such a limelight position, not just the acting is, but the modeling as well. I mean, you're basically bearing your soul out to the world to see you, and it's kind of putting yourself out there in such a way. Did you find that it was kind of an easier thing for you to kind of transition from the Israeli market to the U.S. market, or were they kind of similar in the regards of how they did things?
Here everything is huge. In Israel, like a shooting day it's like 5, 10, 20 people. Here it's like hundreds,
Right. Okay.
and you just need to stand there in front of everybody and do your job. So yeah, it's much bigger. It's definitely different. I'm doing the same
Yeah.
thing, but it's just like
It's a
huge.
whole other scale. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously. Okay, and then let's go over to the acting side of it because you have done some definitely stuff. I'm kind of surprised you've only just done TV, so I'll ask you about that too. But I mean, you've been in episodes of like Gotham, The Blacklist, Succession, Ocean's 8. You had a cameo in that. You were right in the background as a dinner guest. So different things like that. What was one of your favorite things you've gotten to done as an actor, or one of the favorite shows you were a part of, or the movie you were a part of. Is there any one particular aspect of it that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, I have two. I think that Gotham, it's something that I just did for season 5,
Right.
and just because it's so not real life,
Uh-huh.
everything is so crazy and fun, and it's the best acting experience I ever had, because like everything is just like, buildings falling and everything is crazy, and it's not just like sitting on set and like, I don't know, eating dinner or doing something like that. And the second one is Ocean 8, because I
Oh, I
think
can imagine.
I didn't have like a big thing or like something big to do there, but it was the biggest production I ever seen,
Right.
and with so many stars, like every name possible was on
Yeah.
set filming. Not everybody like got into the actual movie at the end, but on the scene of the gala, it was really like more than 50 or 60 A-list celebrities from. It was insane.
Wow.
So for me, it was like
Wow.
just an experience to see everybody. It was crazy.
And so for you, when it comes to acting and modeling, which one would you say is your bigger passion? Do you like them kind of separately for different reasons, or do you like one more than the other?
I'll say that I love acting more because I found out I'm realizing that a supermodel, top model, I can't be. Again, I'm
Okay.
5'8". I can't get I can't do more than I'm doing. E-commerce,
Gotcha.
it's the end for me. And acting, I can bring myself into it. Like
Okay.
modeling, I just need to be pretty. And if like I have like 2 months that I didn't go to the gym every day, I won't get jobs. So
Right.
like, and
Right.
I love food. So I think that like acting is me. It's like this is
Yeah.
how I am. I'm like, I love to entertain people. In
Yeah.
modeling, like just this is what entertaining people. That's
Which no
about
one's
it.
complaining about that, by the way. But still, I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right, though. It is. I mean, it gives you a chance to actually express yourself and have more than just your face and your body. It kind of gives people another level to who you are and your personality, which I mean, I do agree. I find more people enjoy being able to have that kind of expression. And so, with what is on the cows for your brand, and how did you go from now doing acting, modeling, to developing all these different brands you have? Because you have clothing, underwear, you even have stuff for women underwear as well, and lingerie, and then as well as some different cosmetic stuff. So how did you even branch out into this aspect and getting into doing stuff that you could brand yourself?
I'll say huge thank you to my dad, because
Uh-huh.
my dad and my mom came to visit me about 3 years ago here in New York. I mean, they're coming so many times a year, but 3 years ago they came, and they're asking like, what's going on, how's life, and I'm sharing with them everything, like how many I got, and this one job that I'm happy with. So like, my dad is a businessman. He told me like, why don't you do your own thing? And this specific year, I was the face of an underwear company, and I was doing uh, a lot of underwear modeling for so
Okay.
many brands. So I was just like, okay, let's do an underwear company, like literally like that, in a dinner. And then my dad said, okay, go for it. Like, I'll support you. Like, I'll give you the money. Just go
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, and start your own thing. And that's how it all started.
So it's
And
basically
yeah.
you saw like what all these different brands were doing, and just like the different things they had, and you're like, you know what, I can do that, and I can do that better. And so what really kind of sets you apart from a lot of other brands, like, I mean, some of the more popular ones that are especially in the gay community, like Andrew Christian, To Exist, different ones like that. Kind of what do you hope to help set yourself apart from other brands like that, to not get like to where it shows like this is on Mekahel and this is everyone else? How do you hope you distinguish yourself from everything?
Um, Definitely the fabrics.
Okay.
All these brands, I love all of them, and I'm thankful for working for them. But the fabric is not as great as you can do. Because everybody want to make money,
Right.
and of course, I want to make money, but I also wanted to create something amazing. And like, I used fabrics that I'm losing money, like not losing, but I'm not making as money as I can.
Yeah.
And I'm spending more on production, like to make the perfect product.
Gotcha.
And I don't care how much money I'm gonna make. I just want it to be good.
Right.
And I think that this is what a lot of brands just they don't care. And I think that this is what makes us different, like our brand.
So you're not necessarily worried. I mean, you're obviously worried about the bottom line, but you're not necessarily making that your top priority. You're making fit, comfort, custom, like making it to where it's an enjoyable, basically perfect product for people to really appreciate. And that's amazing to give people what you want them to feel, and it's comfortable. It's what you wear around your private
and also like as different than the brands that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm since I'm young, I'm not into all these crazy colors and crazy joke straps and all these kind of underwear. Like this is not me personally as a gay man. So I wanted my followers, which I'm sure most of them are gays, and like
just a few.
everybody else, to just have underwear that every other man, straight or gay or whatever it is, can wear and feel comfortable with. And yeah, so I'm going with like the basic but the comfortable. It's still sexy, but
yeah, no, it is for sure. And I think it's what it's exactly what you're saying. It's sophisticated comfort. It's something that anyone and everyone could potentially wear. And I do love the fact that you've even brought in lingerie as well for bras and panties, and something to give to women as well, and an option for them to enjoy a product, like you said, that looks sophisticated, but is functional and comfortable. And so what do you find was the most difficult aspect of getting into this kind of clothing market? Because, I mean, it is obviously a very saturated market. There are so many different options and things out there. What was kind of one of the things you had to learn as a young entrepreneur, getting out there into this industry and really trying to like navigate with putting your name out there amongst so many different brands?
I'm still learning, but let's say to focus on marketing instead of focusing on the perfect image. I started a brand and I dropped so much money on the perfect campaign, to take the perfect models, to do because this is how I am. I like being perfect. And sometimes you just need to think a bit different, and not everything can be perfect. So marketing is very important. So this is something that I would have changed if I was doing it all over again. Also, to keep myself interesting in different ways, keep doing my acting and modeling and do social media and everything I can, because the people who are buying my brands are mostly people who knows me. So yeah.
And that's a lot of people. It's like over 500,000 people that follow you, and it's you have a huge customer following and fan base. For when again, a lot of people don't really, I think, pay attention to the fact. You are a young entrepreneur, and you didn't just start this within the last couple of years. You've been doing this for several years up to this point. And so, as starting out and getting all your dad helped you out getting started. How did you go about initially coming up with, okay, I want this to not just be a general brand that says some other random name? Why specifically did you want it to be your brand and have your name and everything and your image basically plastered all over this?
Because I wanted it to be mine, and I wanted to. My dad is a CPA, and he owned an office back in Israel, and my brothers work there, and it's it's a family business, and I wanted to start my own thing that hopefully it will become an empire, and one day my kids can own that. And I just wanted to own something that's just bigger than just I have a brand. I wanted it to be with my name, and I wanted people to wear my name on their underwear and to know that it's comfortable because I made it.
Because I'm wearing on. And so I love that. And it really, again, it's the fact that you can own your name like that, and it stands out, again, amongst all the rigmarole of so many other different brands that no one even really knows who the designer is or the developer or what gets put into that. Now they know this is you 100%. And it's really great that you've just kind of stamped your name all over this and really kind of, again, own such an amazing company. And I know you've talked about to other people on different interviews about kind of what were 5 of the different things you wish you could have told yourself when you first got started in this business. I'm going to read them off to you, and I want you to let me know if these still are the same today, or have you kind of developed new ones from that. Like one of the most important ones you said were definitely sticking to a budget, which was obviously, I think for anyone is a hard thing to do. No company becomes a success overnight. Follow your heart and make your own decisions. Don't be afraid to take risks. And too many like people have advised you throughout your whole life to like just don't think that you're being overlooked. Just like know that whatever you're doing will work toward a goal, and just stick through it. So do you think those things still apply today, or have you kind of been working on like those past and moving on to new ones that you're trying to overcome?
I think that these are actually including everything, because like this is really like the key to success.
Yeah.
I mean, stick to budget, believe in yourself. Like, it's not gonna happen today. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. It will happen. Like, I believe that every dream will come true to everybody. So this is how I am. And if you work towards something, it will become a success. I mean, of course you need to know what you're doing, but yeah.
And it's so true, because it is. A lot of people don't realize, I mean, opening and starting a business, no matter if it's an online e-commerce or if it's brick and mortar, it is a lot of work, no matter who you are.
It is.
And again, it's like with what you show is just that longevity is only come because of your own perseverance and the fact that you put in the work and make it happen. And only you can make it happen if you do better work. So now that you've kind of come through a few years of business experience and everything like that, what kind of brought about this opportunity for you to kind of do this reality series and kind of really being able, because I mean, you thought you bore it all with modeling. I mean, reality television gets into the nitty gritty of every part of your life, and it's recorded. So how did this opportunity with Revry come about, and kind of what really kind of made this connection, and also why did you want to do it?
Why I wanted to do it first, it was I started to film everything when we started the company. I wanted the company to sell, and reality sells. Right. So that's why I did that. We start filming. I mean, we'll talk about it probably later, but a week after a big breakup with my ex, who is the like partner in this company. But I had days that I said that I don't want to do it. I don't want cameras in my house. Like, you just need to film everything. And then whoever is going to edit it will think this is good, this is not. But you need to film everything. And I was really worried about it. But at the end of the day, I said, I mean, I'm not embarrassed by anything in my life. Like, everything I'm doing, like I'm standing proud behind everything. So I said, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. Let's film. And if somebody likes it, if somebody will think it's interesting, great. Like, and that's what we did. And we created, like, we kept filming even after the breakup. My producers like hold me like this because I was really like not into it. And then when we submit the whole thing to Revry, they just like say like, yes, we want it. And amazing. And I'm thankful because like they gave me this opportunity, and I feel like it's a new era for all of us to like in the LGBTQ community. That like we don't have to be the makeup artists or like the hairdressers of Kim Kardashian. We can have our own show. Right. So yeah.
No, it's very true, and I love that you pointed out, because I mean, obviously we're not everyone else's accessories. We are our own people, and we do our own thing. Because we brought up the boyfriend thing, the ex. So let's talk about it, because I mean that's a big endeavor to get involved with. First of all, like at the time, getting involved with your partner and starting a business together. Then the breakup, which I mean, I can only imagine was not pretty at all. So how did that happen, if we may ask? And you can give us a little bit of a sneak peek into kind of how you guys met, how did you guys come up with the business idea together, and then what maybe incited the breakup from that.
Okay.
Again, what you can give us.
We met at Starbucks in West Hollywood. I just came to the city for castings from New York, and I don't want to talk much about it because my fiance here will kill me. But yeah, we become boyfriends. He moved in, like he moved from West Hollywood to New York.
Oh, wow,
we lived together, and when my dad offered me this thing, like the offer, you know, he was my partner. I thought that I'm gonna marry him and live forever together. So it was just right to do it together. So we started to, like, you know, do everything really together. And then he decided to break up with me, like literally 3 days before the camera is starting to like film everything. Yeah, and this was like the day that I came out to everybody because I was hiding everything. I just felt comfortable to keep stuff for myself, and people, like my family, thought that he's just my roommate. But yeah, and then it really, like, you know, it changed my life. I was broken, like wow, like on the floor, like couldn't like think what to do with myself. My mom flew all the way from Israel to kind of like get me together, and I'll be forever grateful for it. And then, you know, everything was kind of like in place for like working together, and it was both of our ideas. Everything was like kind of like ball rolling, so we kept working together. We stayed living together for 6 months in the same house, and we just did that till, like, you know, the photo shoot where we launched the brand is like the first season, kind of like following us with the process towards the photo shoot and the launching of the brand. Um, and then yeah, so yeah.
Well, and it's again, it's like we don't want to give away too much, obviously, because you need to watch the show in order to get the full impact of what happened. And for anyone who hasn't seen kind of the clips of everything, it's basically if you combine Project Runway with all the fashion and the ingenuity in that, the glamour of America's Next Top Model, and the romantic exploits of Sex in the City, you have Putting On. And I love the kind of play on it that they did with, again, Putting On, with it being your name, and the kind of little play with that. And so it really kind of just follows your story through this with the relationship, working as a model, developing this brand, and then the just trials and tribulations of being an entrepreneur in this industry in the U.S. And what was like the most, like, because again, like you said before, reality TV, there's times when you just like, get the fucking camera out of my face and I need 5 minutes. Did you find it hard to kind of really break away from everything that was trying to be filmed to you guys just trying to like run in the business and to make sure everything goes smoothly? Was it hard to kind of push everyone else away and be like, leave me alone, I need to do actual work stuff instead of trying to like work with you guys around me? Was it very difficult to do the two?
Not really, because I'm really comfortable in front of cameras. Like I'll not, like, you know, you can film me all day and I won't know that you're here, like clearly like that. And the team was amazing, so they let us do whatever we needed. And I'm a person who's working 24/7, so when everybody going to sleep,
you're like, still working.
Keep working. Yeah. So so that what was like the whole process of the filming and working. So it was really like smooth and actually like great. So this is why we're filming season 2.
Okay. Well, I mean, and that's amazing you guys were picked up for that, for doing a second season. And especially I mean, again, reality TV is so hard because a lot of people are like, how real is this? Is it staged? All that stuff. For you, seeing other reality shows, stuff like maybe like Real Housewives or like What Happens at the Abbey, stuff like that, do you feel like it was hard to make sure you stayed true to your guys' reality as it was in a real life situation? Or did you have pressure from producers or for directors trying to like maybe to start a situation or to start like moving things around to where they were trying to get like good TV or good ratings? Did you find it hard to kind of like let them like stay in your lane, I'll stay in mine, and then if something fun happens, you'll be there?
Again, I'm very flexible and easy, so they did whatever they wanted to do.
Okay.
But I'm like also an executive producer on this show, so I decide what gets in, what's not. So
Got
I
it.
was dating a guy after this breakup, and you know, he came to the photo shoot with flowers, and my ex was there, and like a lot of stuff that I wanted to like cut out.
Yeah.
So we did film everything. I was real all the time.
Right.
And you know, first day was hard, so I was like kind of like holding myself. Second day, but later on, you're just like, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. And now,
Right.
like I know that like even like for next season, like stuff are much more like I'm much more comfortable.
Got it.
And
Well,
yeah,
and you're probably a lot more prepared as well because you've been through a year of this. You kind of have your footing down, and you know kind of what everyone's kind of looking for and stuff like that. So you kind of got your feet wet, so to say, and really kind of are prepared for this next season.
yeah, exactly.
What are you looking forward to for people experiencing along with you? Because this actually just came out like just a few days ago on the 30th of November, and it's up on Revry.tv. You guys can go check it out over there. I'll also put the link to the description on that in the description as well, so that way you guys can go to Revry.tv and check it out with them and see Putting On. But what were you kind of like? What was your overall hope for people viewing the series to experience along with you? Were you hoping they just kind of enjoyed and followed along your story, or were you trying to convey a message to the masses to help maybe in your plight as an entrepreneur, or knowing that you don't necessarily just being because you're a model doesn't mean you can't do anything else but be a model? Like, what were you hoping to get across to others?
Um, Definitely to give a message like, yeah, I want you to watch the show because, you know, I want it to be a successful show.
Right.
But in the same time, I did this show also to give voice to our like LGBTQ community, because I want everybody to know that there is space for everybody on TV. And if you want to be on TV, you can be on TV. And if you want to be a business owner, you can do that. You can do everything you want. And this is like kind of like my goal, that what people will get from the show, because besides the fact it's entertaining, like every other reality show, it's not teaching you anything, but like any other show, it's just like, oh my god, so nice, I see like Kim's life or whatever. But I want people to get from our show just like the power to follow their dreams. And I know it's a lot of people not following their dreams, and I want you all to follow your dreams.
Right. Well, and it's so true, and I love that you bring that up because it is true. A lot of the LGBT community feel like we'll never be like all of them because it's a straight man's world, and it's all this because they don't want to have the like people don't want to look at us, and because we're different, we're weird, we're all this stuff. But it's really amazing to see more queer media coming out there for individuals like yourself that are like, you're like, I'm just a regular person trying to run a business and trying to just make it in life. Oh, by the way, I just happen to be gay. So I really do love this concept that it is. It's just you doing you, and you're hoping people enjoy the ride right along with you. And it's really amazing. And again, it's like you said, it's great to have more stuff that really gears toward the LGBTQ plus community, because there is starting to be more out there, and we meet more people such as yourself that can be role models for the next generation to look at people and say, hey, I can see someone that struggled, that made it, and that worked hard and was a success and was an actual wonderful business and endeavor and all this different stuff. So it's really amazing to start seeing people like yourself put yourself out there and show that there's role models you can look up to that will be able to kind of give you some guidance in whatever you're trying to do. For yourself, like, what did you find when it came from feedback? Have you started getting feedback from fans and from people that have started watching the show yet?
I got the past like 5-6 days, whatever it is, it's been crazy. Like so many interviews from the UK, from the US, from everywhere, and a lot of DMs that I'm sorry, I have so many DMs and I can't read them all. Like I'm trying, and I'm very thankful for everything. Like
I mean, you only have 500,000 people that follow you, so.
640, but
I mean, that's a lot of people to respond to, by the way.
Yeah, so I can't, and I'm so sorry because I'm trying to like really give attention to everybody, but it's really hard. But I'm very thankful. Like I really didn't realize that the show will get so much love so quickly. And the first season it's kind of short. It's like 6 to 7 minutes episodes. It's not like the second season will be much longer, but we just kind of like wanted to try, and I'm so happy it's working. It's working because now I know that my voice is actually heard, and I can like say much more, and I'll try to inspire more people, more and more and more.
Which is fantastic, and that's what we want. We want you to inspire a generation of new young entrepreneurs, but also new reality show hosts. So that would be amazing because we have more of that. We always need good queer TV out there, and we also are just so thankful for companies like Revry that are so supportive and
so
that
thankful.
are there.
They're the best.
They want to. I mean, and it's so easy. And did you originally meet with Damien, or who did you originally meet with at Revry when you sent all the stuff out to them to kind of pitch the show?
I was talking to Damien and Evan at the beginning, and Chris, and then kind of like everybody came together, like the whole team, and they're the best team ever. Like I'm so thankful that we sent it to them and we didn't try anything else. Like
they're amazing, and it's a lot of people don't realize this. Revry is, I mean, there's 4 founders. They're all millennials. They're our age. I mean, they're people that can relate to our community and relate to our age group, and they're amazing guys and gals that are just here to put out good content and good media for people to enjoy. And the fact that you partnered with them from the get-go, I think, was such a perfect combination. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it seems like you guys have complemented each other so perfectly. And when I want to do a thank you as well to Jonah with Revry, who's helped set all this up. He's been absolutely fantastic. We absolutely love him. He is such a sweetheart, and we're just again so thankful for you on what do you hope season 2 kind of brings. I know you guys are kind of starting to work on that, but what can we look forward to seeing? I know season 1's going to be the introduction to you, to the business, ex-boyfriend drama, and then all this stuff of getting a business started. What can we hope to see now for what season 2 has prepared?
My life is always an interesting like thing. Honestly, like my producer always like, oh my God, like you're just like, you were born to do that, because like every day is something else. I want to show more about, I'll try to give more about my personal life. I'm getting married, and I want to show the world. I want to show the world that we as gays not necessarily want to party all night and just like sleep with the whole world. I'm like a family guy, and I want to show kind of like my life with my fiance, and it's not boring. Like it's also always interesting, but just to show another side of us, and also like to show where I'm going with my life, like with the company, where we're going. It's a lot of like exciting things going on with the company, and I'm moving to LA, so the move, everything, it's gonna be a lot. And
that's a lot of stuff to put in a whole season. That's gonna be great.
A lot going on.
And how does he feel about the whole process of being a part of this and kind of putting himself out there as well? It's a big thing to kind of, again, like you said, bare yourself to the world. What's his overall take on being a part of this with the show and everything?
He is the most supportive man I have ever met. Like he's everything I'm saying, he's saying amen, and we are doing. Like he never said no to me, and I feel like he's just supporting what I want to do, and that's why we're like so good together, because I want to hear yes all the time, and he's just giving me and helping me to achieve it.
And it's goals. Not just because he's sitting right next to you, right? We're just
no. He's actually in the other room. He's not here.
He's walked away already. But that's great, and it's great. No, it's really great that he's so supportive like that, and it's always good to find a partner who's not just, a husband and a future partner to be with you for the rest of your life, but also someone who supports you in your endeavors and everything you want to go through. I know you guys got engaged actually just this year, in June. How did he propose to you?
So I lived in I live in New York, and he used to live in Hoboken, which is in Jersey.
Oh
So to
yeah.
travel back and forth, we took a ferry every day. It's like a little boat that's taking you across the river.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know it. Yeah, I was like,
So
ferry.
we
What?
did
You
that
guys are
for
another gang?
yeah, no. So we did that, and for probably 8 months.
Oh wow.
10 months before he proposed, and then he proposed to me on the boat in the middle of the night with the city view. It was amazing.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, it
sweet.
was so
The
thoughtful.
only
Thank
thing
you.
I know about Hoboken is Carlo's Bakery. That's the extent of my knowledge of
I
Hoboken.
never heard of that.
It's
Okay,
so
I have to go check it.
it's again another reality show called Cake Boss, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and apparently they're all in Hoboken, so it's this whole thing. But that's amazing. And so, how long have you guys been seeing each other? Was it just 8 months, or had you guys been seeing each other longer than that before?
We're just celebrated our 1 year a week
Oh,
ago. So yeah. But
congratulations!
yeah, even though it's short time, when you know that
No, that's
it's
true.
this,
No,
it's
when you,
this. So
yeah, for sure. When you know, you know. That's great.
he's not
Um,
going anywhere.
he's like, I have locked that
It's
down.
done.
He liked it, so he put a ring on it. There we go.
Exactly.
Yay, Mama B. It's so beautiful. And so for what we have going forward and what we can expect to see from you, I mean, so excited again. First season just came out. When do you anticipate season 2 airing on Revry?
I don't know. This is something that we should ask Damien or Chris or somebody over there because they know better. But I have so much going on in the next few months with the move to LA and what's going on there with the company. So I kind of want to include everything before we are doing the second. We are airing it, but I hopefully next summer.
Okay, fantastic. And then since you're moving, obviously here to Los Angeles, are you planning to have a brick and mortar store, or are you just going to be having your own location just for yourself and then just still selling online? Do you have any plans for that we can look out for?
Yes. My fiance is a personal trainer, and we are opening a gym. So
wow.
Yeah, so we are gonna have a little storefront with all of my brands there, like a flagship store, and we'll keep sell online and department store, and a lot going on this year. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you sleep. I mean, you must be working 24/7.
I am. You see, I have black circles here. I'm not sleeping.
No, I can't see black circles. Fuck off. Your face is flawless. Don't even. Don't even. But still, it's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of work, and it's so great that you guys are going to be coming here. I mean, it's a huge endeavor to now opening another business on top of the one you're already currently running. Again, I don't know how you can sleep then. For sure.
Yeah, I just love to create. So
yeah.
It's my passion. It's my. What's going on here?
Are we able to think? Oh, I know. Mine's the same way too. When he starts.
Oh my God! Stop. Yeah.
He's not having. He's not officially. Daddy's not paying attention.
Yeah, Daddy's not paying attention. Here. Oh. I have two. But yeah, the other one is a mess. Jesus, stop!
So I know what you guys are constantly working on different stuff, and so do you have any potential new brands that you might be rolling out here soon? Obviously you have the t-shirts and sweaters, the underwear, the lingerie, and then cosmetics. Is there anything additional you might be working on that you can kind of give us a sneak peek on?
Besides the cosmetics and my cologne that just launched, and the underwear.
Oh, that's right. On number 25.
Yeah, it's my fragrance. It's honestly the thing that I'm proud of the most because the smell is sick. Literally, I love my underwear. I love everything, but the perfume is amazing. But yeah, so all this and the new stuff for Emo Underwear will be more focused on sports because we're opening the gym, and we kind of want to include people working on their body, feeling good about themselves. So we just feel it a gym, underwear that is going to be good for the gym. It's a good good thing to include in our.
And doing stuff maybe workout clothing or athletic leisure wear kind of stuff.
This is what like Dave, my fiance, want to do. So this is something that like we might do, but now we're focusing more on underwear that it's going to be comfortable for the gym, and probably like, you know, sports bras for the girls and stuff like that, and we'll grow from there.
Well, since you're moving to LA, you better roll out some yoga pants, because these bitches in Beverly Hills love their yoga pants.
Oh no, no yoga pants for me. We'll do something sexier, but yeah.
Well, it's fantastic. So, if you could just give someone like one piece of advice that either a young entrepreneur, young model, or someone looking to get into the industry, what would you give them that was something maybe you learned or something you wish you could have told yourself when you first started out? Just one piece of advice you could instow upon the youth of the generation.
I will say, believe in yourself. Don't listen to any other voice than yours. You can get advices, but your decision is what matters and what will make you a successful person. If it's modeling, if it's acting, if it's everything. Everybody told me to stick to be a shirtless boy and not be an actor. And I'm doing acting. And everybody told me so many things. Just believe in yourself. And fake it till you make it. That's what I'll tell everybody. Because at the end of the day, you're going to make it. Everybody will make it. So just like, don't let the voices that are trying to take you down, to take you down. Just like tell them, like, you know, fake it for them and say like, everything is cool, but keep working on your thing.
As Shangela always says, hallelujah. So we want to thank you so much, On, for
being Thank you for having me.
And taking the time. I know it is so late there in New York. So thank you for staying up with us and really kind of making it such a personal show. We really, appreciate all that you're doing. And again, a special thank you to Revry.tv. You guys.
Thank you, Revry.
So honored to have you guys really support queer media and everything you do with that, and really supporting individuals like On and people that's helped support the LGBTQ plus community. So thank you, GayLifeLA.com as well. We cannot wait to see On here in LA, hopefully very, very soon. So we'll definitely catch up. We need to like have drinks at the Abbey, so we'll definitely be doing some fun stuff with that. We'll do a double date. We'll have both our husbands come with us and come hang out. So it'll look perfect. Well, thank you so much again. I'll put the description for where you guys can go find On's new reality CV's putting on Revry.tv. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And On, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.